want to talk about what we can do in our families, in our organizations, and as a society to help to get by and hopefully make things better for the future. Let's start with families in the family unit, whatever that might look like. Many people are working from home. Schools closed in early March. 36% of childcare facilities in Los Angeles closed. And this highlights one of the key concepts that we talk about in the book. It's the idea of scaffolding, the social supports that we rely on and we need to manage our lives. And the question really is, how do working families manage without their scaffolding during the pandemic, and how do they try to rebuild it? First, we need to recognize how much needs to happen to keep a household afloat. So we have a language in the book around this work. We could talk about the physical, mental, coordinating, and emotional work of the household. Finding a language to talk about the invisible work doesn't make it go away. It doesn't make it easier to get done. But by making it visible, we can share it, we can appreciate it happening, and sometimes we can decide which work we can let go of because there's just simply too much on our plate. Now, the other observation for families is that people are having to recreate scaffolding in new ways since schools and many daycares have not been available. And there's a real need to create some new structures of support. Given all that's been put on parents' plates, it's important to point out that there's just limits to what we can accomplish at work and as parents right now, and you have to give yourself a break. So that leads me to the workplace. So many organizational assumptions that we have assume that there's someone else watching our children, figuring all that out, that people don't have other priorities. And this assumption has always privileged a very small minority of workers. So if organizations don't really step up and try and help these people who simply can't juggle, we risk losing employees with young kids, particularly women. And if we don't change the way organizations work, parents with young kids and often moms are going to be punished. I would encourage, if you manage people, to sort of be a role model, be really deliberate and articulate about what you need to do other than work. Conduct time audits with employees. And we also can schedule our meetings more thoughtfully and carefully and not move them around at the last minute. And also, I would say today, really thinking about what needs to be on Zoom versus a call or an email. A bigger picture item here is that organizations, if they're just going to save as much money as estimates are suggesting, up to 30% of their costs if people are working remotely, there's money that could be spent to help employees. What can we do as a society? Paid leave, for family leave, for sickness, for both men and women, universal pre-K, and an idea called universal family care, which is an idea of having a flexible spending account or a social insurance fund that helps pay for a variety of the help that we need. So we need to support those types of policies if we want to reduce the burden on families to manage all of this scaffolding and all of this help on their own.